Regional tour events are one of the top 3 big events every year in Pokemon Go. Now typically it means the entire regional Pokedex becomes shiny eligible and regional locked Pokemon become available globally. Welcome back, trainers. Today I want to give you all of the event information for the global version of Kalos Tour, starting with the Go Pass and Road to Kalos Tour before getting into the main event itself, where we'll cover everything from spawns to eggs to raids, literally all of it. I'll be delivering the news without much commentary, so treat this as your complete, comprehensive guide as we approach the event. But a lot of you seem to enjoy my recent commentary videos, and honestly I think that might be the direction of this channel. So today is going to be news first, but later this week I'll be doing a full analysis of Kalos Tour. I'll be talking about why certain decisions were made by the developers, and why I think some of the online outrage might be aimed at some of the wrong things. Now if you don't want to miss that, please consider subscribing. I'll pin that video in the comments once it's live for anyone who's watching this video later. And also, subscribe anyways. It makes me feel validated as a person. Starting on the 23rd of February at 10 a.m. local time, and then running until the very end of Kalos Tour Global, we'll be getting another Go Pass. Now, by now I'm sure we all know how this works. Free version gets a bunch of goodies, and then people spend money, get those goodies, and then more. So, let's quickly break it all down. Free-to-play players will get a Lucario encounter with a special background, Lucario Mega Energy, Stardust, XP, Pokeballs, candy, encounters, and more. Now, if you want to go premium, you'll get that, plus an encounter with Hoopa Unbound, a Lucky Trinket, Zygarde Cells, a Zygarde Jacket for your avatar, Victory Bell and Malamar Mega Energy, Candy XL, premium items such as Battle Passes and Incense. Honestly, both of them are pretty legit. Now, something I want to point out, this Go Pass is going to be more expensive than usual. Now, I'm not sure if that'll be the trend moving forward, but it is something to kind of keep in mind. The Premium Go Pass will cost you nearly $15, which is kind of weird considering that usually the Premium Go Passes cost you anywhere between like $7 to $10. Not to mention that's going to cost you almost $20 for the deluxe version, plus skipping the first 10 levels, so they're charging you $5 more to skip 10 levels. Just want to give you the news. I'm trying really hard to resist commentating because I have some thoughts on this, but I just wanted to tell you what the options were. Now, for the bonuses, at rank 25, all players will see Scatterbug more often when they pin those gifts. You can open up to 100 gifts per day. You can receive up to 200 gifts by spinning stops in gyms. And you can hold up to 40 gifts in your item bags. Not to mention, you'll also get 1.5 times XP for catching Pokemon. At rank 50, everyone will get boosted catch rates when using Premier Balls and get 2 times catch XP. Then at rank 75, the catch effectiveness of Premier Balls increases even more, and you'll get 3 times catch XP. All these really good, solid bonuses. But if you do want to go premium, here are the bonuses at each rank. At rank 25, you'll get an additional candy and Candy XL for catching Pokemon in Mega Raids, 5-star raids, Primal raids, and Shadow raids. You'll get 2 times Hatch Candy, and even more frequent Scatterbug appearances by pinning those gifts. Now, if I had to take a guess, instead of having to pin the usual 15 gifts to get a Scatterbug, I think the free version will likely knock it down to like 12. Then the premium version will probably push it down to around 10. Hopefully the numbers that are actually true are a little bit lower than that, but I'd rather be conservative in my guesses here and not set false expectations. And then at rank 50, you'll get an extra 5,000 XP from winning raids and 2 times Hatch XP. And finally, at rank 75, you'll get 2 times Stardust from winning raids and hatching eggs. So, what are everyone's thoughts on the Go Pass this time around? Buying it? Passing on it? Leave a buy or a pass in the comments section below. So the week ahead of the Global Kalos Tour event, we will have the Road to Kalos. It starts Monday the 23rd at midnight and will end on the 27th at 11:59 p.m. Bonuses will include half-hatch distance for any eggs placed in incubators during the event. The remote raid pass limit will jump to 30 from the 23rd through the 27th, but on the 28th and the 1st, there's going to be no limit for remote raiding, which is kind of expected during one of these larger events, so no real surprise there. Each day will focus on a different region. On Monday, we will be back in Kanto. Pikachu's wearing Red's or Leaf's hat will be in 1-star raids and could have a background inspired by the 3 in-game teams. The legendary birds will also be in raids and could have those special backgrounds as well. And the legendary trio will know specific moves once they're caught. Articuno will know the charge move Hurricane, Zapdos will know the fast move Thunder Shock, and Moltres will know the charge move Sky Attack. The wild spawns on Monday will be the 3 Kantonian starters, Pikachu, Clefairy, and Meowth. Then on Tuesday we move to Johto, where we can encounter the Gen 2 starters, Meryl, Hoppip, and Teddy Ursa. Then in raids we'll have Pikachu with either Ethan or Lyra's hat in 1-star raids, and both Lugia and Ho-Oh in 5-star Shadow raids. Each of those can have a gold or silver inspired background. Now Wednesday brings us to Hoenn. Brenda's hat Pikachu and May's hat Pikachu will be in 1-stars, while Primal Kyogre and Primal Groudon will be in Primal raids, and both will know the signature moves. Origin Pulse for Kyogre, Precipice Blades for Groudon. Of course, they could have their special backgrounds inspired by Hoenn, and the featured spawns will be the Hoenn starters, Poochyena, Tailo, and Nincada. Sinnoh is going to be on Thursday, and the wild spawns will include the Sinnoh starters, plus Bidoof, Shinx, and Snover. And we're getting 4 different Pikachus in raids. Lucas, Dawn, Ray, and Akari-inspired costume Pikas. Dialga and Palkia will be in 5-star raids with Mount Coronet-inspired backgrounds. There will be a bit of rotation here to keep in mind. Lucas and Dawn-inspired Pikachus will be appearing in raids alongside the base forms of Dialga and Palkia, so basically like Diamond and Pearl era. Then the following hour will be a space-time anomaly, inspired by the Hisui region from Legends Arceus, where you'll be able to get Ray and Akari-inspired Pikachus and the origin forms of Dialga and Palkia. And yes, there is a chance the origin forms could know their Adventure Effect moves. Then finally, on Friday, Unova is spotlighted. The 1-star custom Pikachus are inspired by Hilbert, Hilda, Nate, and Rosa. The 5-star raids will be Reshiram, Zekrom, and Kyurem. There is something to note here. The raid bosses will alternate each hour during the event hours with the exception of raid hour, where they'll rotate after the first 30 minutes. Hilbert and Hilda's custom Pikachu, Reshiram and Kyurem Black will all be featured together. Then the next hour will feature the Nate and Rosa Pikachus along with Zekrom and Kyurem White. Reshiram caught will know its signature move, Fusion Flare, Zekrom will know Fusion Bolt, and any Kyurem could potentially know Glaciate, which you may remember is a required move to unlock Ice Burn and Freeze Shock once it's fused. And the spawns will be the starters, as we expected, plus Lillipup, Darumaka, and Gothita. Something to note that every single day we'll have a raid hour from 6 to 7 p.m. local time, and they'll be featured in the 5-star raid. So if you really want those backgrounds or you're shiny hunting, link up with the local players on Campfire and plan accordingly. In 2-kilometer eggs, you'll get Larvitar, Bagon, Beldum, and Gibble, the 4 base form pseudo-legendaries that can currently Mega Evolve in-game. So that half-hatch distance bonus is going to be coming in clutch this week. Research will refresh every day at midnight, kind of like how it currently does, but these are going to be the event-themed field research tasks. Completing field research could give you candy and Candy XL for each day's featured raid bosses and encounters with the different Pikachus. Now just a heads up, those Pikachus will not have their special backgrounds. Timed research themed after the featured regions will be available starting at 5 a.m. local time each day and will reset at 5 a.m. the following day. Completing the task will give you candies, TMs, and more items, plus encounters with the Pikachus, which again won't have the backgrounds. Now before we get into each segment, which of the 5 regions are you most looking forward to? Is there a raid boss you're hunting with a special background? Are you a costume Pikachu enthusiast? Let me know in the comments which region is getting the most attention this week. Like all global tour events, this will be a 2-day event that runs for 8 hours each day. We kick things off on Saturday, February 28th at 10 a.m., and then end things on Sunday, March 1st at 6 p.m. You can play anywhere in the world, and you can technically play for free. The free-to-play bonuses are pretty solid, actually. Mega Evolved Pokemon will receive a CP boost, and you'll get half-hatch distance for eggs placed in incubators during the event. Those bonuses will be active from 10 to 6 each day, and then on top of that, from midnight to midnight, literally the entirety of both days, you can complete up to 6 special trades per day, and every trade you complete will cost you 50% less Stardust. There is an event ticket that grants extra bonuses that will also be active for 48 hours. The first bonus is an increased chance of encountering shiny Pokemon, so even after the event is over, you can still get boosted shiny odds, which I don't remember ever seeing this before, So I don't know if this is a typo. I really hope it's not, because I think that is freaking awesome. Now, usually for global tour events, odds are around 1/64, according to some very scientific studies done in subreddits. And the other bonus will be an additional surprise snapshot encounter. Now, on Saturday, we can encounter Latios, and Latios can appear on Sundays. So, yeah, how it spawned legendaries, that alone is pretty awesome. But for the $10 price tag, you're getting more than just a shiny charm and potential snapshot encounters. You're also gaining access to the Masterwork Research storyline that gives you an encounter of Shiny Diancie, which is huge. Diancie is an absolute unit. Well, Mega Diancie is. Mega Diancie ranks a very respectable 18th as a fairy type and a standard setting #1 rock type in the entire game, yes, beating out Mega Tyranitar. So getting the shiny version in addition to the other bonuses is worth the price of the ticket, at least in my opinion. Now, of course, it wouldn't be a tour event with more Pikachus wearing costumes. Pikachu can be wearing either Calum or Serena's hat, and all trainers can look forward to an increased chance of their custom Pikachu being shiny. Additionally, the Kalos starters will be given boosted shiny odds as well for literally everyone, not just the ticketed people, everyone. And 3 regional Pokemon are making their shiny debuts: Honedge, Hawlucha, and Klefki. And don't worry, I'll explain how to get all of them as the video progresses. Now, for everyone who is still collecting Zygarde cells, routes are going to be a huge part of this event. Check this out. You can collect up to 25 Zygarde cells and encounter Mateo at the end of routes up to 25 times per day. For players like me who've already gotten the 100% form of Zygarde, this might not seem like a big deal, but it is, trust me. Because eventually, shiny Zygarde will be coming to the game. So it's probably wise to get as many cells as possible so we're not scrambling later when the shiny is released. This is one of those tedious now, massive later type of mechanics. And while we're on the subject of routes, Flabebe will be appearing on routes more frequently. And sadly, these are still region locked. Red will be appearing in Europe, Africa, and the Middle East. Blue will be appearing in the Asia Pacific region, and yellow will be in the Americas, while the orange and white versions can appear globally as rare spawns. We're getting rotating habitats, which I always enjoy as part of these tour events. In the Central Village habitat, we'll have Bulbasaur, Pidgey, Eevee, Trico, Ralts, Chespin, Bunnelby, Fletchling, Skiddo, Furfrou, Spritzee, Swirlix, Helioptile, Dedenne, and Noibat. The Central Village will be active from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. and then 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. on both days. From 11 to noon and then from 3 p.m. to 4 both days will be the Mountain Manor habitat featuring Charmander, Scyther, Eevee, Torchic, Absol, Fennekin, Litleo, Pancham, Furfrou, Esper, Carbink, Phantom, Pumpkaboo, Bergmite, and Noibat. Coastal Laboratory takes place from noon to 1 and again from 4 to 5. And that biome or habitat will feature Squirtle, Eevee, Mudkip, which is my favorite starter ever. I know, I'm basic. Froakie, Furfrou, Inkay, Binacle, Scrub, Clauncher, Tyrant, Amora, Goomy, and Noibat. Then we get a Poke Salad, basically, from 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. and from 5 to 6, as they just throw together all 3 habitats where everything listed becomes fair game. Now, if you have incense going, which you should, Unknown A, K, L, O, and S will be spawning. And yes, they can be shiny. The 2-kilometer egg pool will actually just carry over from the Road to Kalos event, so we'll still have Larvitar, Bagon, Beldum, and Gibble. 5-kilometer eggs will be the Flabebes. Then in 10-kilometer eggs, we will have Kangaskhan, Heracross, Hawlucha, and Klefki. These eggs are incredible, as all 4 Pokemon are technically regionals. The first 2 have Megas in game, and the other 2 are debuting as shinies. And here's the kicker. All trainers, regardless if you're free to play or you're buying the ticket, will have an increased chance of hatching a shiny Hawlucha or a shiny Klefki. So, if you're like me and you're a collector who wants at least one of each for their collection, if you can, prioritize those 10-kilometer eggs. In 1-star raids, we'll have both Constant Pikachu and Honedge. Now, Honedge won't have boosted shiny odds, but from what I can tell, this will be the only way to get it during the event. And in 5-star raids, we will have Xerneas and Yveltal, the 2-box art legendaries from X and Y. Mega raids are just going to be absolutely just insane. They're insane this weekend. There's no other way to describe it. Because each day they will feature over 10 different megas per day. So instead of just reading them off, I'll put the graphics on screen for you so you can screenshot them. Saturday, the standouts for me would be Lucario and Garchomp. Both of them are top of class options. Mega Victory Bell will be debuting. Mega Kangaskhan is decent if you want one for your Pokedex, but in game it's not really that useful. I think you could just do one and done if you're still missing it from your Kanto decks. But the other ones, they're all reasonably strong and could be worth doing if you need Mega Energy. Then on Sunday, I think the Mega lineup is actually a lot stronger. The Hoenn starters are all top 3 in their typings. Mega Tyranitar and the Hoenn Pseudo Legendaries are all elite. Even Mega Heracross is an S tier Mega. Mega Malamar will also be debuting, so there are a ton of really good options there on Sunday. I already mentioned the Masterwork research that gives you Shiny Diancie, but ticket holders will also gain access to a special research storyline focusing on Mega Evolution. The details will likely come out once the in-person events start taking place, but it's just another added bonus for players who wish to upgrade their experience. There will be an exclusive timed research, and honestly, at first glance, I really didn't think much of it, but the more I look at it, the more excited I get. Now, you might be thinking what I was thinking originally, but hear me out. On screen is a list of all of the trims you can give your Furfrou during the event. Now, of course, they vary by region, but for me, the only ones that I'm missing are the ones that I'll actually get access to as a person who lives in North America. So I do want to complete my shiny set for all of them, so this is a great opportunity for me to do that. Now, if you're unfamiliar with how to change your Furfrou style, I have the steps on screen for you to help you out. Admittedly, it is costly to do it, but if you're a completionist, it's worth it. I mean, what else are you going to spend Furfrou candies on? That about does it for me, guys. Now, personally, I'm really excited about this event. I know some people on the internet feel a little bit differently, and that's okay. But I want to hear from you guys. What are your feelings about Kalos Tour 2026? Scale from 1 to 10, how excited are you? And tell me why. What part of the event is making it or breaking it for you? I threw some videos on screen for you to check out. I gave you a few different options here depending on what kind of mood you're in. I'm sure you'll enjoy at least one of them. But until next time, be safe, have fun. We'll see you in the next video.